Today we're talking about local advertising and how big brands can mess up geotargeting if they're not careful. There's an old sales and marketing tactic that used to be popular in business, but has lost favor because it can actually be prosecuted as fraud. It used to work like this. A company advertises a spectacularly enticing offer to lure customers into the store. The customer comes in to purchase the product, and at the last minute, the store explains that, what do you know, that product isn't available, we're out of stock. Then the store offers the customer a different product, albeit at a higher price, and thus the customer was brought into the store under false pretenses and their expectations not met. Or in the parlance of the tactic, they were baited with one offer and switched to another. And while I would never accuse digital marketers of intentionally practicing marketing fraud, it's occurred to me that lately there's been a sort of digital version of the old bait and switch that's becoming the default operating procedure for much of online marketing. It works like this. You're on a site and a digital ad catches your eye because it contextualizes whatever it is the brand is selling or whatever problem it is they're trying to solve with your particular location. You're in Addison, Texas, and it tells you that last year crime was up. You're in St. Louis and it tells you what the average insurance rates are for the gateway city. So you click on the ad because, well, it targeted you and your local interests and needs. But when you get to the site, it asks for all your personal information, including where you are. What? Didn't the ad just literally tell you where you were? Isn't that why you clicked in the first place? Why doesn't the page know where you are? Why isn't the landing page as smart as the ad that's driving to it? Why were you digitally bait and switched? This is the disappointing geotargeting experience for a lot of consumers. Marketers have smartly made their digital media more targeted to the physical location of their audience to increase relevance, which is working. Studies show that geotargeting and geofencing can double the performance of national ads. But here's the problem. You don't care about clicks. You care about conversions. And banner ads, no matter how much geotargeting you do, don't convert. Landing pages do, or at least they're supposed to, and in most cases they don't. Conversion rates languish at 2.5%. And remember, that's 2.5% of the small number of people who clicked on the ad in the first place. People who are ostensibly interested enough in what your geotargeted marketing was offering to leave the page they went to of their own accord and follow your ad. Your media did exactly what it was asked to do. Intrigue the audience enough to take an action. But your landing page just let them slip away. Why? Because you bait and switched. Because you set up the expectation that they were going to continue the conversation that the media, that you, started on a customized site, a site that was uniquely relevant to where they were and what they were interested in. And then you totally dropped the ball with a landing page that was little more than a glorified form. Why? Because technology has made it exceptionally easy to do local marketing when it comes to the media, the ad, but not so easy when it comes to landing pages. And customers don't know that. From their perspective, if you can customize the ad, you should be able to customize the entire experience. And when you can't, they don't blame the technology. They blame you. So what do? Forgo the effectiveness of ad localization because you can't deliver effective local marketing on a landing page? No, of course not. The first step, stop thinking of the landing page as just a contact information capture device. Instead, think of it as a place where that conversation your potential customer clicked on expands, because that's what they're expecting. A place for more details about what you were talking about. Not only does this keep them engaged and educate them about why you have a solution they might be looking for, but it has the added benefit of freeing up the digital media that drove them there from having to deliver all that information within the confines of a 4-frame banner. It leaves room for the creative to be that much more compelling. Secondly, actually deliver an experience that is as local as the media implied it would be. There are many ways to do this, but we believe our Lexi Smart Campaign product is the most efficient and effective way. With it, we can deliver custom, local information on a mass scale across literally tens of thousands of communities, and we can do it efficiently and cost effectively. So now imagine someone in St. Louis clicking on that geo-targeted ad about insurance rates, landing on a geo-targeted page that cites specific insurance breakdowns for St. Louis City and the county and the surrounding suburbs, and that has comparative data for other cities of similar size, that features stories about health issues in St. Louis, but also information about wellness organizations, and then weaves into all that content a request for information from the user. Or imagine that a homeowner saw a geo-targeted ad about crime in Norwalk, Connecticut, landing on a geo-targeted page for a home security system that compared the neighborhood or Norwalk to Stamford, Darien, that broke down crime by neighborhood and by category, that had tips from local police departments, and that was even peppered with news stories from Fairfield County. No bait and switch. You delivered what you promised. A truly localized conversation about something the customer was obviously interested in enough to follow your ad, and that you want to sell them. And that's important because the real problem with the old bait and switch was that it was bad for the customer. But this more recent and increasingly standard approach to geo-targeting, it's bad for you. Come visit us at American Towns Media and see how our Lexi Smart campaign product might be able to help you deliver better success with your geo-targeted advertising. Thanks.